This is Louis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. I'm delighted to be joined with Michael Conlan. We're here, York Hall, Lee Eaton Show. How are we feeling, mate? You know, how has everything been?
Everything's good. Just here to support one of the guys in the gym, Alfie, so we're here to support him. Yeah.
Absolutely, you know. Being on this small hall circuit, how important is it for someone like you, who, you know, you sort of went through that Olympic route and, you know, didn't really box on many small hall shows, but having that experience at the top level, how important is that to you? How important is that for you, being a mentor for the guys in the gym that are sort of on the small hall circuit?
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think the small hall shows are very, very important. You know, guys who don't have the big amateur pedigree and don't have the big kind of platform to go onto right away, these little things help them build away from the spotlight and grow as fighters.
Absolutely. Moving on to yourself, a big fight coming up for you, potentially for the IBF world title. You know, not 100% convinced. I know you can't say I know, but you know, if that is the potential fight. Since the Lee Wood fight, you know, you went in sort of a bit of coming back from that. You got 2 stoppage wins. You know, how important is that for you now, coming back from the Lee Wood fight to now potentially be moved on to a massive fight potentially soon?
Yeah, I think I did the right thing. I rebuilt. Came back, had 2 good performances against Miguel Mariaga and Kareem Gurfi, and looked very good in them. So just more so to prove to myself that, you know, I am still the fighter I believe I am, and I still can be world champion. I know I was seconds away, so I believe, you know, my next fight, if it is for the world title, I'll be world champion.
Absolutely, you know. In a fight like the Lee Wood fight, where you were sort of so far in control, and you know, you unfortunately come up short in the end. What can you learn from sort of things like that in where it doesn't go your way, and you know you might make a mistake? How much do you feel like you can learn from your mistakes?
Massively. Listen, I've learned so much from that fight. There was plenty of things which I did wrong. Some great things I did in that fight, but you know, I know the mistakes I've made, and you know, I think going into like a world title fight and stuff, that experience will stand with me.
If it is potentially, you know, I know you can't really say much, but if it is potentially Luis Alberto Lopez, he got an impressive win against Josh Warrington. You know, if that is the potential fight, what do you sort of make of him as an opponent for you, potentially going forward?
Yeah, fantastic fighter, world champion, Mexican, very tough, very strong, very unorthodox. You know, I believe he's a very good fighter. I believe it could be an even harder fight than the Lee Wood fight. So, yeah, I think it'll be a great one. But one I believe I'll win, and I'll look good doing so.
Absolutely, you know. If you do land that world title shot and it happens to be in your hometown, does that make it extra special? You know, getting a world title shot's special anyway. Getting in your hometown, you know, it's what every boxer dreams of.
Yeah, listen, for me, I went away and I challenged for the world title and I lost. The fact that I'm getting one, you know, if that fight is done and it gets signed, and I have it in my back garden, you know, that would be special.
You know, do you sometimes, when you got fights in your own back garden, and you know you have that, do you ever feel that extra pressure, or is it something that you sort of embrace?
No, I think if you followed my career and watched all the kind of events which I've done so far, it's nothing new now. It's second nature. It's actually a big advantage for me. You know, if I'm facing anybody, I know I've got like that extra man on my back, so it's good. Yeah.
Going in your division, obviously we got Lee Wood v Mauricio Lara, sharing the ring with Lee Wood. What improvements do you feel like he needs to make for a potential rematch with Mauricio Lara? And like I said, in a fight that he was comfortably winning, but you know, a perfect shot that ended it all.
I think what happened in that fight was Lee got too greedy and started to trade with the hooker. If he had stuck to his box, Lee would have won that fight very comfortably, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, you know. Just to finish off this interview, I know you tweeted out earlier in the week reacting to the Conor Benn interview with Piers Morgan. You said that, you know, you still believe that he is, you know, you're more convinced now. Is it frustrating, or is it still mad that, you know, 6 months on, it's still the topic of conversation? You know, it's still the #1 thing that most people want to talk about. Is that a crazy thing, you know, in boxing?
No, I'm happy it's still being talked about, because I'd much rather it be talked about than swept under the carpet. What's the shit thing about the whole thing is it hasn't been dealt with, and justice hasn't been served. In my opinion, I believe that he's guilty. the interview made me more so confident in that choice of belief. But yeah, I think that anybody who cheats in boxing and takes performance as a drug should be banned for life.
See, I know you said that before, and being a pro boxer yourself, do you take like a lot of offence when you see these things? You know, you see what you go through in the gym day in day out, and people that try and cut corners. Is that the way you look at it?
It's not that, man. People can die in this sport. I have 2 young kids and a partner, a missus, a wife. I don't want my life to be at more risk than what it already is when I box.
I know it's loud and I know it's sort of like, but Michael, the best of luck for your future fight, and I really appreciate your time, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 6.